Hi, happy Sunday! So I was just getting back into my food blog routine and I was getting ready to photograph something new for our blog. And yeah, now that I have a YouTube channel, I thought, hey, maybe I should just bring you guys along and show you how I make my recipes, how I photograph everything. And a little bit of a bonus for today, I am going to try to make an Instagram reel. If you don't know what an Instagram reel is, welcome to the club. I've also never made, well no, actually I did make one of these and I remember having a lot of troubles with it. But yeah, this time we're gonna try to get better at it. So an Instagram reel is a short narrative made out of small clips that you can glue together, put some music on the background, and there you go, there is your very beautiful story. And today I am going to make one of these for my recipe. I am making a pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, I know, I'm a little bit late to the trend. Probably you've had thousands of those. I actually only had one of them in my life, and that was from Starbucks. And okay, unpopular opinion, I didn't really like it. It was really sweet and I couldn't really taste pumpkin in it. So I decided this time I am going to make my own. Okay, let me show you how I am going to make my pumpkin spice latte. Pumpkin puree. I made this out of pumpkin. I baked my pumpkin for 45 minutes at 200 Celsius and it came out super nice. It's very smooth. I have here my pumpkin spice mixes. These are also made by me. I followed the recipe that I really cannot remember now, but I'm going to link down below. I'm going to use a little trick for my pumpkin spice latte, and I am going to mix my pumpkin puree with some condensed milk. The thing with pumpkin puree, especially when it's homemade, it does tend to get a little bit chunky, and no matter how much you puree it or you blend it, you will still have little bits of pumpkin through it, and I just don't want that in my coffee. So to avoid that and to get a better silkier consistency, I'm going to mix a bit of condensed milk through my pumpkin puree. Now I'm going to take you into the living room and I'm going to show you what I came up with in terms of photo shoot. Before sharing anything related to food photography with you, I do want to say one thing. I've been trying my hand at food photography and food blogging for I think the past 3 years at food photography and the past 5 years at food blogging, and over the years I did learn a few tips and tricks, and I do want to share tip number 1 with you. When you think about creating a scene, when you think about photographing a dish or a beverage or anything like that, think about keeping things simple. So you want your product to shine, you want your food to be the center of attention. You don't really want to overcrowd your scene with a lot of props and a lot of details for the beginning. Of course, if this is your style and you like very busy and crowded photos, that is perfectly fine. But just as an advice, if you are just starting and you are just learning about food photography, I would say try to keep it simple. It would make things so much easier for you. Here I have something that will be scene number 1 for my Instagram reel, and I want to dedicate a few seconds of my reel to my favorite brand of coffee. This brand is called Simon Leefeld. I don't really know if it exists outside of the Netherlands, but we absolutely love their coffee, we love the tea and everything that we get from that place. We also got these very beautiful copper containers from them and this coffee maker. So yeah, I just want to dedicate a couple of seconds to them. In terms of details, as I said, I wanted to keep it very simple. So I have here a wooden plank, I have a very small burlap napkin sort of thing, 3 pieces of star anise, and a very beautiful colored pumpkin there in the background. And for the coffee photo shoot itself, I will add a few of these wood pieces to give my photo just an extra detail and a little bit more depth. Okay, so now that we know what we're making and we know how we want it to look like, let's talk a little bit about the Instagram reel. An Instagram reel is super fast. So this means that you need to have a plan. So I do have a plan for my Instagram reel, and I split it in 5 scenes. So I'm gonna have scene number 1 will be making the coffee. I'm not literally going to make the coffee, I'm just going to put some coffee in my coffee maker. Scene number 2 will be introducing our glass in the shot, and that's when I'm going to put some pumpkin puree and some pumpkin spices in there. Scene number 3 will be about adding hot coffee to my pumpkin pie. Scene number 3 will be about adding coffee into the video, so that's when I'm gonna be pouring coffee on top of my pumpkin mix. Scene number 4 will be about adding hot milk and milk foam on top of the coffee, and scene 5 will be sprinkling everything with a generous dusting of pumpkin pie mix of pumpkin spices. Okay, so now we have a plan. I am going to start with shooting for the Instagram reel. I'm going to do that on my phone, and then when everything is ready and wrapped up, I'm going to clean everything, and then I'm going to assemble my second cup of pumpkin spice latte. This is impossible to say. And when we get to that part, I'm going to walk you through some steps that I like to take when I am photo shooting something. Okay, enough talk, let's get to reeling. Okay, I think we have something here. I think it worked out better than I expected it. So one of the very good things with this Instagram reel is that it allows you to cut your video from whichever point you want. And that is really good because you can see here, I want my video to start now. I don't want this moment to take so long. So me actually putting all this coffee on top of it, I think it's going to have to be a bit shorter. But yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. I really like this shot. I really like it. It's very nice. Okay, so first video was a success. I'm gonna go and actually brew the coffee in the kitchen, and in the meanwhile I am going to come back and film the second video. Okay, now my camera is in a good position. We're gonna try that the second time. Okay, that was completely out of focus. Third time. Yay, we have the glass. The glass is in the shot. The glass is in the shot, no pun intended. This is actually pretty good. I like this. I really like it. For the future, I will remember I have to make a little spot in my scene so I know where I'm supposed to put my glasses and my plates on. But yeah, everything looks good so far. The coffee is almost done. It smells amazing in here. And yeah, this is going to be scene number 3, where I pour the coffee in the glass and then I mix everything with this little wonder tool. Oh, this tool really reminds me of Greece and frappe, and I really miss summer already. Okay, time for that hot coffee moment. I'm a little bit scared about this one because I'm just really bad with hot things. I tend to burn myself and I tend to drop them and make a mess.
So you're
hey, no.
Me. So
Do not attempt this when you have cats. keep an eye on the cat so nothing goes wrong. Hi. Okay, I didn't spill the coffee. Everything turned out to be really nice, actually. I like that shot. Do I want to redo it? Yes, I always want to redo it, but I am not going to obsess over making everything perfect, and I'm not going to stress. It's fine, it's okay, it's just a couple of seconds and I will live with it. I could have done it better. So when I put that mixing thing in the glass, it raised the volume of the coffee.
You're paying for these.
So when I put that mixing thing in the coffee got all the way up to the edge of the glass and it kind of stained the glass. So now you can see a little bit of, yeah, like pumpkin residue, I think I can call it. But, destroyer of everything.
Destroyer of worlds.
Destroyer of worlds. Okay, so I am going to get over it. It's fine, it's okay, it's gonna stay the way it is. I'm going to use my Senseo milk frother, and I'm going to use oat barista milk from Alpro. That is my favorite. So next step is... What is next step? Okay, so next step is froth the milk, put it in a glass, pour the milk over the coffee and pumpkin mixture, and put a bit of foam on top as well. And then we are very, very close to the finish line. Okay, foam looks amazing. Now I don't have a lot of time, so I actually have to hurry up. Before my foam collapses, I have to shoot my almost last video. Yes, this is great. This was really, really good. I hesitated at a certain point, and you will actually be able to see it on the video, but it's fine, it's okay. With the help of Dan, I'm gonna make a bit of a more complicated thing than what I wanted to do initially. I'm gonna make like a transition from the side to the top, and that's when he's gonna sprinkle a bit of cinnamon mixture, and then I'm going to return to the initial position of the video. Let's see how that looks like. 3, 2, 1. And we're done. Okay, we have all the footage for our Instagram reel. Now I'm going to prepare my other coffee for the blog photo shoot, and then after everything is done, I'm going to edit the reel. I'm going to add a bit of music on top of that and some cute effects and some text, and then I'm gonna share it with you guys. See you in a moment. We are back at the photo shooting setup table. Yes, this is going to take me a little bit of time. I will be maneuvering the scene quite a lot. This means that I am going to shoot without coffee in the cup. So first of all, I don't make a mess, and second of all, I don't waste a lot of coffee. I'm going to move around. I'm going to show you a few angles that I really, really like. And we are also going to troubleshoot. This is something that I always do when I photograph food. I take photos, then I look at them, and then I decide, okay, this is not the right angle, or I should move things a little bit more to the left or to the right. I'm going to take my first photo, and you can immediately see, I wouldn't really say a problem, a little bit of a problem here. So my image is at this level. You cannot see almost any detail that is going on in the photo. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to raise my camera and tilt it to an angle so you can actually see a little bit more detail. So my camera is way higher than it was before, and it is tilted at an angle. This means that my image will be something like that. So you will see way more detail here, and the light will also reflect in a different way. Now let's talk a little bit about light, because light in any sort of photography is quite an acquired skill, and even if I'm not there yet, I did learn a few tips and tricks about light. So you do want a lot of light in your photo, but you want soft light in your photo. In order to achieve that, I am going to use this guy here. If you can get your hands on one of these, do get one of them. If not, as I said, a curtain will do, or any very light transparent fabric. I'm gonna take another photo using only this so you can see the difference and what it will do for your photos. And then I'm going to add another extra little trick that I think will be very, very beneficial for this photo. But let's see how that goes. So I'm going to try and block some light using a board. If you have a carton board, please do use that. This is a cutting board. It is super, super heavy. I do not recommend you to use anything heavy while photographing food unless you have a very, very stable table or background, which I don't have, so we're taking a risk yet again. I think that was a good choice to add that. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the computer, I am going to look at all images, and then I'm going to decide which one is my final go-to photo. Then I'm just gonna pour the coffee in the glass, and then we're gonna take the final one. Okay, before we jump any further, I actually decided to bring you guys here in the editing corner. You can see that I decided to take my photo having a lot of background in the image because I knew that Instagram will cut a very big part of that. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this all the way to the bottom. I want these lines in the image. I want my spices to be visible. Maybe even before jumping into the Instagram crop, you want to make sure that your photo is straight. You can already see here that my glass is not straight, probably because of the table or maybe because of the camera position. It doesn't really matter why. It is very easy to straighten your image, and try to do that before you take your last photo. You want to make sure that your photo is straight. So before filling up my glass and before making small adjustments here and there, I am going to straighten this photo, crop it to the size of what I want to show on Instagram, and then I'm going to take a second and a third look, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the last photo. One more tip. If you take a test image, do take a moment to zoom in. So something that I just noticed, I thought for a second that my glass was dirty, but actually when I zoomed in, I see that this is a reflection of the lights that are also reflecting right now in my glasses pretty strongly. So my living room lights are reflecting in this glass, and it makes it look like it's dirty. We are ready to take that photo that I kept talking about. And we're done. We are done. I played around a lot. I think I took about 45 photos. Let's see them. Let's see how they turned out. I am going to share with you some of my editing process and obviously the final image. And now I am going to enjoy this amazing, amazing coffee. I started cleaning everything and I thought I am going to show you a behind the scenes. This is how my kitchen looks like after a photo shoot. And bear in mind, this was a very easy recipe. It was literally a coffee with some pumpkin puree. back in front of the computer, we are ready to start editing. What I am here to tell you is editing doesn't have to be as difficult as it sounds. The thing that I do after I drag my image into my editing program is to check what can the program do for me. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion and advice that I'm gonna give you right now. I have no idea. I don't know how other food bloggers and photographers work, but this is what I like to do. First of all, it saves me up a lot of time, and second of all, it really helps me understand how the program works. And let me show you what I mean by that. So step number one, I do want some help with my white balance. So this is what happens when I click on white balance. You can see my image is already way more polished, and I really like what it does for me right now. I'm going to see what my favorite filter can do. And in order to do that, I'm going to click on this CLUT button. I have no idea what this stands for. And yeah, I'm going to open this up and select my favorite template. I guess you can call it, it acts just like an Instagram filter. I guess you can call it a filter. Okay, so we are getting closer to what I originally wanted. You can see these beautiful warm tones shining more and more in my image. However, I am still going to increase my temperature just for a little bit, just to see what happens. Okay, so this is a little bit too much. We are gonna drop again to, let's say, -8, and we are going to increase our tint up to, let's say, -3. My camera died and I don't want to wait for my battery to charge, so we're gonna go ahead on my phone. I don't know how this will sound like, I don't know how this will look like. My phone is quite ancient, but it's okay. We're adapting, we're working with it. So what I wanted to show you is actually how much I ended up cropping from this image in order to get the angle that I had in this photo. If I would be cropping this image into what Instagram is asking for, I would have ended up with this. And I'm not happy with this. I want to see this detail right here at the bottom of the image, and I also want to have enough room on top of my coffee foam. This is why I decided to take this photo from a pretty far away angle, I could say, in order to achieve what I wanted. Okay, it's a few hours later, editing and exporting is done. I did some groceries in the meanwhile as well. I'm cooking dinner, and while my soup is making, I'm going to lie down there on the couch and edit the Instagram reel. Let's see how long it takes me. Okay, Instagram reel done. I still have to find a piece of music, but I will do that tomorrow. I am so tired right now and I just want to have dinner. I will put some music tomorrow and I will do some magic editing. So Adriana from the future will insert the final reel here. You can also see it on my Instagram at Operation Cooking, and you will see the entire photo shoot on operationcooking.com. If you're interested to see more, please let me know down in the comments. I really love making this kind of video, so I think I'm going to experiment a little bit more with food photography. I feel so much better about my skills right now, and I feel so happy to share everything with everyone. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit a like. If you have any tips and tricks for food photography or anything related to food blogging, please write them down in the comments. I am willing to learn a lot. I'm willing to experiment a lot. And if you're hungry for more, hit subscribe and hit the notification icon, because I will be making more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to take you guys along with me today. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!